This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max in Sierra Blue. As the flagship model, Apple has packed all of its latest and most advanced features inside. The iPhone 13 Pro offers significant upgrades in key areas. In this video, I'll be unboxing the iPhone 13 Pro, test out the camera's latest features, and give my initial impressions. The iPhone 13 Pro Max introduces some subtle upgrades over last year's iPhone 12 Pro Max, mostly in the areas of battery life, display, and its all-new cameras, making it one of the best all-around phones Apple has ever created. If you found this video helpful and enjoyed the content, we would appreciate your support by subscribing. Apple's iPhone 13 Pro Max comes in the same elegant packaging as its iPhone 12 Pro Max, but without the outer plastic wrap. Instead of the plastic wrap, there's a pull tab on the back of the box for removing the tape, which keeps the box closed. Every other aspect of the packaging is identical to that of the iPhone 12. Inside the box, you will find the Lightning to USB-C cable, stickers, and a SIM removal tool. The white paper cover on the display shows labels for the mute switch, volume buttons, and power button. As far as design goes, it's in this beautiful new Sierra Blue. It still keeps the design language of last year's model, a simple, flat curved edge all the way around. The design is a touch more angular than the rounded finish of previous iterations like the iPhone 11, but the phone is still comfortable to use in one hand. The iPhone 13 Pro Max comes in 4 different colors: silver, gold, graphite, and new to this year, Sierra Blue. It's a light sky blue color finished in this metallic frost-like colorway. In comparison with the Pacific blue of the iPhone 12 Pro Max from last year, the color is lighter and feels fresh. The iPhone 13 Pro Max features an all-glass front and a textured glass back that sandwich a frame made from a shiny, surgical-grade stainless steel material. Apple matches the stainless steel frame to the color of the glass at the back for a seamless look. A key feature of the iPhone 13 Pro series is that it's IP68 dust and water resistant, which means it can withstand immersion in water up to 6 meters deep for 30 minutes. There's no guarantee that this model will be completely waterproof, but chances are it'll survive an occasional soak. Apple has decreased the size of the notch by 20% this time around. Comparing it with the iPhone 12 Pro Max here, you can see the notch is not as wide, but it's a little taller. Also, the speakers are now flushed with the top of the phone. The difference is very subtle, keeping the bezels around the iPhone screen. The volume buttons, silent switch, and SIM tray are located on the left edge of the phone. You can simply find the power button at the right edge with your thumb or finger, so when you want to wake the device, you can easily find it. On the bottom edge are the speakers, and the Lightning port connector for charging and data transfer. Just like the base iPhone 13, the cases for the previous Model 12s won't fit the 13 Pro Max, so I chose the leather case in this wisteria color. The leather MagSafe case is a stylish way to add protection to your iPhone 13 Pro. Those who own the iPhone 12 Pros should know that their cases will not fit the new 13 Pros, since the iPhone 13 Pro Max is just slightly thicker than the iPhone 12 model. The button placement is different, and the camera module on the iPhone 13 Pro Max is just slightly larger than that of the 12. To accommodate bigger batteries, the device is heavier and thicker, and has slightly larger camera bumps on the back to fit the new sensors and lens. Like the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the lenses on the iPhone 13 Pro Max are oriented in a triangle shape. Due to the larger sensors, the cameras are larger and the camera module has increased in size from last year's model. Other than that, the new iPhone 13 Pro models carry over the same design philosophy, port placement, and IP68 rating as last year. In comparison to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the iPhone 13 Pro Max weighs 8.46 ounces compared to the 8.04 ounces, which means that the new model is slightly heavier. But it's not noticeable in everyday use when compared to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Featuring 120Hz ProMotion, unlike conventional devices, the system intelligently boosts the refresh rate only when needed. For example, when scrolling or when playing games. This feels buttery smooth and ultra responsive, and there's a noticeable difference. I feel like this is an improved experience since there's almost no lag and it's super fast and responsive while having a smooth transition. Furthermore, the iPhone 13 Pro Max's display has been boosted in brightness. With adaptive on, the average brightness is 837 nits. With adaptive off, the average brightness is 1038 nits. With adaptive off, the display is measured at 654 nits for the iPhone 12 Pro Max in comparison. Apple's iPhone 13 Pro Max's display offers incredible clarity in low light scenes, even when it's dark. This is great when watching movies, TV shows, and playing games. A 5nm A15 Bionic chipset powers all the 13 series iPhones. It brings 50% faster performance, a 16-core neural engine, and an upgraded 5-core GPU for the iPhone 13 Pros, while the iPhone 13 has a 4-core GPU. Along with improved performance all around, the A15 Bionic promises better machine learning abilities, improvements in computational photography, and more. This new iPhone 13 Pro Max offers performance and graphics that improve upon the iPhone 12, so it'll be a great step up for those using iPhone 8 or lower devices. Based on our tests, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is capable of launching apps instantly and switching between them without much lag. You can play games on the device without issues, and with titles loading just as quickly. The GPU enhances the performance of the OLED display in an impressive way, especially with the new 120Hz refresh rate. Gaming on the iPhone 13 Pro Max sees a major improvement thanks to the refresh rate and faster chip. Load screens take no time at all and graphically look intense. Response times and movement feel smooth and fluid thanks to the bigger screen, 120Hz display, and the A15 chip. As for its RAM, the A15 Bionic chipset has 6GB, which is ample for the A15 to run at its maximum speed. The Apple A15 Bionic seems to be at ease with less RAM compared to most comparable Android phones. The iPhone 13 offers more 5G bands than its predecessor, allowing for faster and stable 5G connections. If a 5G signal isn't available or slow, the iPhone 13 Pro will automatically switch to LTE. Starting at 128GB, the iPhone 13 Pro models are available in 256, 512, and 1TB options. The iPhone 13 has a variety of new camera features compared to last year's model, including a cinematic mode, an ultra-wide lens, macro photography, and 3x zoom. Because of the iPhone 13 Pro Max's bigger camera, its sensor allows for a lower aperture. The 13 Pro's main wide camera boasts one of the largest pixels yet, improving the quality of light by 49% over the iPhone 12 Pro Max. In addition to having a larger aperture for brighter images, the ultra-wide camera also has a wider field of view. With the iPhone 13 Pro Max's telephoto lens, you'll be able to zoom in 3 times more compared to 2.5 on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 13 Pro Max is capable of capturing images of objects as close as 1 inch away. Using this camera up close allowed me to capture interesting things. As on the iPhone 12 Pro Max struggled with distance, the new iPhone allowed me to photograph every corner and nook. One more new feature is Photographic Styles, which lets you choose the intensity and tone of your photos. A variety of options are available, including standard, rich contrast, vibrant, warm, and cool. It's up to you how they are adjusted. Compared to other top-tier cameras, the iPhone 13 Pro Max has superior image quality overall. On the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the foreground sign appears more vibrant and objects and people appear sharper than in other models. In the shots taken, the phone shines the brightest when a complex photo is being shot. With this iPhone, you can capture photos in greater detail. There is a solid jump from the 2.5 to the 3 times for the telephoto zoom. The iPhone 13 Pro Max's 15x zoom is better than that of the 12x max digital zoom of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. On the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the automatic switching between cameras is noticeable when taking macro photos. The purpose of this feature is to enable users to capture close-ups in a more detailed way. Regarding the front camera, it's pretty much the same as that on the iPhone 13, which makes sense. The 12-megapixel True Depth sensor offers cinematic mode and photographic styles as well, and although selfies are softer in low light, they are otherwise sharper. Because these phones are in the Pro series, Apple also bundled in support for ProRes videos, in addition to its ProRAW format for photography. In a future iOS update, the new ProRes format will make it possible to reproduce colors with high quality. Having already had ProRes photos last year, ProRes video in the upcoming months will be interesting to see. You'll also be able to record in ProRes at up to 4K resolution on the 256GB model and 1080p on the base 128GB model at 30 frames per second thanks to A15's hardware acceleration and video coders and decoders. While exploring the Photographic Styles feature, I was quite pleased with how different the styles look. As the shot was captured in rich contrast mode, the blur was reduced a bit, and the vivid settings helped pictures stand out more. I like that you can customize your styles, and it's easy to switch between them. Photographic Styles let you customize the camera settings so you can take the perfect picture every time. You can choose from several options like vibrant, rich contrast, and you can also modify the color palette and the warmth. Upon applying the style, the camera takes photos automatically in line with that style. Here's a shot taken during the day that shows how much clarity and richness the new camera system produces. Testing out the new macro mode was a lot of fun. It's incredible that a phone can now take shots up close. Shooting some flowers on the street, you can see just how close you can really get, while still retaining all the detail. The new telephoto lens was equally exciting to use. With the new telephoto lens, you can now zoom into 3 times more than before. With a digital zoom of up to 15 times, you can see just how far you can really zoom in with the new camera. An impressive cinematic mode mimics the way filmmakers create videos. The iPhone 13 Pro is one of the best tools for achieving the bokeh effect, which is created when an out-of-focus background softens the subject being photographed. Using AI, it'll decide what should be in focus. The camera will simply start focusing on a person, and as soon as they look away, the focus shifts to another person. When they look back at the camera automatically focuses back to them, blurring out the background. The focus can be edited later on with cinematic mode, allowing you to change the focus even after you've already captured the footage. This feature alone will save an incredible amount of time, allowing you to fix shots that you might have taken incorrectly. Battery life on the new iPhone 13 Pro Max promises a remarkable 12 hours and 16 minutes. A larger battery, an improved display, and an A15 Bionic chip allow the iPhone 13 Pro Max to last longer than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It has a huge improvement over previous iPhone models' battery life. The iPhone 13 Pro Max outlasts previous models in its capability to last all day on a single charge. In addition to a more efficient chip, the iPhone 13 Pro's battery is physically bigger and provides better battery life. The iPhone 13 Pro Max has so far proven to be a reliable option in both terms of performance and battery life. The iPhone 13 Pro Max is loaded with new features which add even more refinements and possibilities for people to create and enjoy. You may want to consider the iPhone 13 Pro Max if you own an iPhone 11 or earlier model. If you're coming from an iPhone 12 and up and aren't going to use the new features of the iPhone 13 Pro, I wouldn't recommend upgrading to the new one, and just hold out for the next model. Among all the iPhone models, the 13 Pro Max scores the highest, a great combination of superior cameras and video recording capabilities, including the very compelling cinematic mode and the macro mode, blistering performance, and a very responsive 120Hz display. Additionally, battery life is even better and among the best 5G flagships. In addition, I appreciate the iPhone 13 Pro Max's better optical zoom and 15 times digital zoom, the incredible cinematic mode, the macro mode, which is super fun to use, and of course the 120Hz ProMotion display. In the future, I'd like to see Apple deliver faster charging, as well as more sleek design for the iPhone 14. Perhaps with less of a camera bump, and perhaps without a notch. If you prefer a bigger screen, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the closest thing to perfect you can get in a phone. In case you missed it, you can check out our iPhone 13 and 13 Pro should you buy video, where we break down if it's worth it to upgrade. With all that said, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our latest videos. What do you think of the new iPhone 13 Pro? I personally love the new Sierra color. Will you be upgrading or holding off for the 14? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.